How is the World Cup is political? And why is it important? Hosting the World Cup draws massive exposure to a host country in terms of tourism, foreign trade, jobs, and the potential for new development. But that can come at a huge cost. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar is expected to bring in $4.7 billion in revenue. Host countries rely on the economic impact derived from the tournament to generate revenue, and there are short-term and long-term economic impacts. During Mussolini's time period, he was the scariest person in the world, and he hates soccer, but he knows winning the World Cup is something that could make him more powerful, and he was the reason to make Italy won the 1934 World Cup. As you may or may not know, they were the defending champions, and 1938's World Cup was expected to go their way. The competition itself took place in France. It was a straight-up knockout event. It appears that Mussolini had more than simply a desire for his country to win another championship, because Italy was the tournament's top seed. According to folklore, Mussolini sent a telegraph to the players before Italy's match against Hungary in the championship game. It's reasonable to assume that the players were already anxious about competing in a World Cup final. But if those nerves weren't already intense enough, they undoubtedly became even more so after a telegram with the words "win or die" was sent. Of course, coming from one of the most dreaded tyrants in the world, this is not something you would take lightly. After Italy won the World Cup, the goalkeeper stated, "I contributed to saving 11 people in this tournament." However, in the 21st century, the political in Europe using the players as a protester before any game on the World Cup tournament. In addition to that, most of the players are immigrants and treats them as toys. For example, Zil, who has Turkish ancestry, was heavily criticized for his involvement in Germany's campaign. He believed the criticism to be racist and announced he was stepping away from the national team. In a statement, he said,
"The treatment to Uno Hebrassim from the German Football Association and many others makes me no longer want to wear the German national team shirt if I don't want it, and think I have achieved since my international debut in 2009 has been forgotten."
Zil has been kicked out from all Europe after his tweet for the Muslim who locked on China camps. German continues show disrespect to Qatar on the World Cup 2022 by protesting against a human rights issue that made by the Western media. However, a Qatarian citizen among the Germany fans by showing Zil pictures. What the people said after visiting Qatar. So it's my final night.
Created using Powtoon.